Hey guys, Vibron20 back again, and today I got a package in the mail from Nintendo, and I think I have a pretty good idea of what it could be. Okay guys, happy days are here again because here's my package from Nintendo and I'm very excited because I'm pretty sure it's my Super Nintendo controllers for the Nintendo Switch Online service that a lot of people couldn't seem to get their hands on because Nintendo sold out of these very quickly, which upset a lot of people because for some reason Nintendo thought it was a good idea to let everyone order 4 of these when you really only needed 2. So I went ahead and just ordered 1 for myself. And as you can see right here's the back of the box, nothing really too special, but right here is the front in all its glory. Look at this bad boy. I'm so excited. That looks like an exact replica. I cannot wait to tear into this and get my hands on this. As you can see on the back, it does let you know that you can now charge this thing with a USB-C. So all you need is a USB-C cable and you can charge this thing. I'm so glad they went away, they did away with the Nintendo controllers, how you had to slide them onto the Switch, and all you have to do is actually kind of just plug these in. So you just use this little, cable here, plug it in, and you're good to go. I got so many of these USB-C cables laying around the house. I don't really need another one, but I guess it's always nice to have a spare. So let's go ahead and set that to the side and look at this controller, nicely displayed right here in the sleeve. Let's go ahead and take this out of the plastic and get our mitts on this thing. Wow, this feels great. This looks great, feels great. The buttons are kind of clicky. It does have the ZL and the ZR buttons here on the top. That's how you charge it there in the center. Looks great. This looks and feels just like the original. The start and select buttons are rubbery, just like the original too. And right here, as you can see on the bottom here, is how you would sync it to the Switch. And it does have the LEDs 1 through 4 to show you, what player you are. So now what I want to do is actually go ahead and take this controller and compare it to a Super Nintendo controller. Okay guys, check this out. This looks insane. Look how close this is. Obviously, the controller on the left, as we put them on top of each other, you can see some discoloration here because, like I said, this Super Nintendo controller has been around the block or two, but as you can see, it's exact replica here. Wow, this is insane. The only thing that I can tell that's different is it kind of has a little bit of a different finish. It's a little bit more rougher surface, but not bad. This is absolutely perfect. This is perfect. Check this out. It does not get much better than this. Okay guys, here we are on the Nintendo Switch, and as you can see, I already took the time to go ahead and pair the controller with the system, and it looks like this controller came already charged a little over halfway, so this controller is ready to go. I do recommend, charging the controller all the way before you play, but since we're making this video, I'm going to go ahead and just test out the controller right now. Before we go ahead and test out any of the Super Nintendo games, I do want to let you know that this controller is compatible with a lot of your games. Unfortunately, if the game requires you to use, like the control stick or analog stick, you are not going to be able to use this controller because obviously it only has a D-pad, which means you cannot play The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening with the Super Nintendo controller. Now that's very frustrating because I really wanted to play, Link's Awakening with my Super Nintendo controller, but that's not the case because unfortunately you have to use the analog stick. Why Nintendo decided to not let us use the D-pad, God only knows, but that definitely is the case. Now, you can play a lot of your games, even games like Mario Kart, that you normally wouldn't play, with a Super Nintendo controller because normally people like to use a control stick, but you can play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and that's what we're going to do just to show you how it works because I'm going to be honest, I don't really know if I've played Mario Kart with a D-pad, I did that back in the Super Nintendo days, but never like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this works. If it does work, I would assume it does because I think it does let you use a D-pad in this game, and I guess we're about to find out right now. Wow, the L and R buttons are very clicky. Listen to that. Wow, really, it's got a nice click to it. I like it. I like clicky buttons, but that's just me. Let's go ahead and start this game up. But yeah, this D-pad feels great. I'm not going to lie, probably one of my favorite D-pads. I can't say it's my favorite one yet because I haven't really played with it too much yet, but it feels really, really nice. Feels a lot better than the Pro Controller D-pad, that's for sure. Let's go ahead and just get a race going here. Where do I want to go? Let's just go to Donut Plains 3 because there's a lot of turns in there and we'll be able to drift around to see how this D-pad handles. Now, I don't really recommend playing Mario Kart with your Super Nintendo controller because it's, you really want to use like a control stick, but we're just kind of testing this out to see how weird it really feels. Just to let you know that you can play pretty much any game that requires you to, use a D-pad. Like I said, if it makes you use the analog stick and it doesn't give you the option to use the D-pad, you are not going to be able to use this controller. So Yep, it's letting us use the D-pad. And I'm not going to lie, this doesn't feel half bad at all. Now, I normally probably wouldn't use, you know, this controller when I'm playing online or anything, but I'm doing just fine. I'm drifting around the corners just fine. Everything's really responsive, and I'm not going to lie, it doesn't feel bad at all. It really doesn't. Now, man, the L and R buttons are very clicky on this controller. Like, I don't remember the regular controller being this clicky, but it's really, really clicky. Like, I don't know how well you guys can hear on this mic, but it's like very, very clicky. Like, wow. Not bad though. Like I said, I like clicky controllers, but if you're playing in like a quiet room, you might make some people upset with the clickiness if you play any game that requires you to use the L and R buttons. So that's pretty much Mario Kart in a nutshell right there. Blue shell, and that's how we're going to end it. Let's go ahead and go back to the home menu here. Now, to go to the home menu, you have to use like your Pro controller or something like that, because there's no home button on your Super Nintendo controller, which is very unfortunate. But if you're playing Super Nintendo games like this was actually meant for, you don't have that problem because it allows you to go to the home menu using the ZR button. So let's go ahead and open this up, play some Super Mario World, because why the heck not? I mean, I got so much nostalgia for that game, and I just want to go ahead and put this D-pad to the test and just see how responsive this controller really is. So as you can see, there's like a nice cool sound effect. Everything looks a little, there's a little gray sidebar here on the left. Wow, when you select the games, you hear like a little fireball sound effect. That's new. If you guys remember with the Nintendo controllers, it had the same type of thing. Like, it made sound effects and there was a lot of unique things. Cool, I like it. Hold on, what happens if you... Oh, there we go. Check that out. That even has a different new noise too. Look at that. A bunch of Super Mario World references. I love it. Okay, let's just go ahead and jump in Super Mario World and see how this controller handles here. I'm going to go ahead and select a file that's already been started up here so we don't have to go through that cutscene. Let's just go to 0 and see how this is going to work here. So, guys, I'm not going to lie. This feels really, really good. I highly recommend this. I think it's like $29.99 for one. You definitely have to add it to your collection. It's wireless, no cords, so that's a good thing. It does have, like, you can, you know, you have to plug it in through a USB-C port. You don't have to slide it on the Nintendo Switch like you do the Nintendo controllers, which I like that so much better. I don't know why. I do not like sliding the NES controllers on the side of my Switch to charge it. I'd much rather use a USB cord. So I like the fact that they didn't make us, you know, slide this onto our Switch to, you know, to charge it. So this feels pretty good, guys. There's like no button lag at all. Feels good, just like back in the day. I'm very, very happy with my purchase. I'll probably be... This D-pad is like the best D-pad on the market right now. Yeah, this D-pad is nice. Okay, so to rewind, you do this. Okay, so there you go. So you can still use the ZR and ZL buttons. They're pretty small on top there, but that works. So you can still rewind and stuff like that. So very cool, guys. I don't want to make this video too long. I'm not one of those YouTubers that's going to drag out every single video to 10 minutes long to get those mid-roll ads. I'm going to go ahead and just cut the video here. This is... There we go. Go back to the game selection screen. And like I said, if you want to go to the home menu, I think you just press the ZR button. Yep, and there you go. You're back on the home menu. So very, very high quality controller. I wouldn't expect anything less from Nintendo. It's really, really nice. I really love this so much better than the NES controller. It feels better. It actually feels more solid. Everything about it. The D-pad, this is without a doubt the best D-pad right now. If you're playing any fighting games or like that and you want a really good D-pad, I think this is it. I think this is your go-to controller if you want a really nice D-pad. But guys, leave a comment below and let me know, do you plan on getting this controller? Do you think it's worth the $30? And that's pretty much all for right now, guys. And as always, there'll be more to come shortly. Thanks again.